You're jealous that Kim Kardashian's a business genius. The Kardashians are billionaires.
Maybe, but let's talk about all the failed and controversial business moments that the Kardashians want people like me to stop talking about and people like you to forget. Starting off strong in 2009, we've got Quick Trim. Not to be confused with Trim Spa, baby. Anyway, Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney promoted Quick Trim and ended up in a $5 million lawsuit because guess what? It was super, super dangerous and terrible. Quick Trim grifters. Next up in 2010, we had the infamous Kardashian card, a prepaid credit card marketed for teenagers that was so bad that U.S. government officials had to get involved. Each card for the first year had a cost of $99.95, which included a one-time purchase fee of $9.95 and then 12 months of monthly fees at $7.95 per month and a preload deposit of $5. After the first year, a $7.95 monthly fee will be assessed. If consumers prefer a 6-month option, the cost will be $59.95. It goes on and on and on like this, but basically the whole thing wiped people out in thousands of dollars worth of fees. And like I said at the top, there was even government officials that had to get in and speak publicly about how dangerous it was, so they pulled the card. Moving on, we get to BB clothing. I never shopped here in the 2000s. I was poor in the early 2000s. But the Kardashians were not poor back then. And they got contracted to do basically 5 collections for the clothing line. But guess what? Clothing line shut it down after only a few months. Canceled it flat. Canceled it. But you know what? That was not going to stop Khloe Kardashian, who in 2011 released her flop of a unisex fragrance with her husband Lamar. Just a few years later, their marriage also flopped. Ooh, here's one of my personal favorites. When Khloe got fired from the X Factor. She got fired. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do the job. Didn't have the skills or talent to work on a talent show. Wow. Now, for the writers out there, here's a really, really fun one that I didn't even know about. But Kendall and Kylie wrote a book. They had a ghostwriter that wrote a book for them. You can see Chris's hands all over this. Anyways, it is widely slated as one of the worst science fiction books ever written. There is its 2.8 rating on Goodreads. And all the reviews basically stack up like this. Even the people who received free books directly from the publisher couldn't even bring themselves to say nice things about it. Now, no grift would be complete without a failed talk show that you allegedly show up drunk to and are a wreck and unprepared and unprofessional for, like Kris Jenner's canceled talk show allegedly was. And that's one thing I kind of respect about this family. We're 7 really embarrassing, humiliating failures deep at this point, and they're like, give us some more, give us some more. Kendall, you go promote Fyre Festival, for which she was later liable in a $90,000 settlement for promoting Fyre Festival. It's of a feather. And you can go and look up more about this. Kendall got paid $275,000 to promote this sham of a festival. They should have spent that $275,000 providing beds and, water and bathrooms, maybe. It just wasn't enough. Kendall and Kylie said, that book, that was humiliating. Fyre Festival, pretty bad. We should go one further and release a super offensive clothing line that has to get taken down for cultural appropriation and racism and a bunch of terrible stuff. Yeah. They also got sued for copyright and trademark infringement on this line. They just use people's images and we're like, yeah, we're going to sell this and make money off dead people. And I mean, give the devil his due, because Kylie kept going. And she said, you know what? I'm going to sell the cheapest Alibaba swimwear I can find, allegedly. And then she released a swim line, which looks great on her photoshopped, aesthetically manicured body, but didn't look good on the average person with a real body. And so it got taken down, and now Kylie likes to act like it didn't happen. It did. It happened. It was a grift. And last but not least, this flub of a boohoo line from Miss Consciousness herself, Kourtney. Wow. What do you think about these grifts? Let me know in the comments and follow for more.